I didn't lose everything all at once. That's the part no one tells you. It happened slowly, quietly, in ways that felt harmless at the time. Looking back, that's what scares me the most. Not the ending, but how normal everything felt while it was falling apart. This story is shared anonymously, because some truths are easier to tell when no one knows your name. I used to believe that as long as I worked hard and stayed patient, things would work out. I wasn't reckless, I wasn't careless. I thought I was doing everything right. I followed the advice people gave me. I trusted the process. I trusted people who sounded confident. And for a long time, nothing went wrong. That's what made it dangerous. It started with small compromises, saying yes when I felt unsure, staying quiet when something didn't feel fair, convincing myself that discomfort was just part of growing. Everyone around me seemed to be doing the same thing, so I told myself this was normal, that this was adulthood, that things would get better later. There was a moment, just one, when I almost walked away. I remember it clearly. I was standing alone, staring at my phone, rereading a message that didn't sit right with me. My chest felt tight. My instincts were telling me something was off. But then another thought came in, louder and more convincing. Don't overthink it. Don't be dramatic. You'll figure it out. So, I stayed. Weeks turned into months. Months turned into habits. I stopped questioning things that once bothered me. I adjusted. I adapted. I learned how to ignore that quiet feeling inside, and the more I ignored it, the quieter it became. Not because it was gone, but because I trained myself not to listen. From the outside, everything looked fine. I was functioning, I was smiling, I was doing what I was supposed to do. People told me I was doing great. They said I was lucky. They said I should be grateful. And I believed them, because it was easier than admitting I felt stuck. But inside, something was changing. I started waking up tired, even after full nights of sleep. I felt anxious for no clear reason. Small problems felt overwhelming. I kept telling myself it was temporary. Everyone feels like this sometimes, right? That's what I thought. That's what I told myself. That's what no one corrected. The first real loss was confidence. I didn't notice it at first. It slipped away quietly. I stopped trusting my judgment. I second-guessed my decisions. I relied more on other people's opinions than my own instincts. And the more I did that, the harder it became to recognize myself. Then came the second loss, time. Days blurred together. I kept waiting for the right moment to make a change. After this project, after this situation improves, after things settle down. There was always a reason to wait, and waiting felt responsible, safe, mature. But time doesn't pause while you wait. One night, I caught myself thinking, I can't remember the last time I felt excited about my own life. That thought scared me more than anything else, because excitement wasn't gone because of one big failure. It disappeared because of hundreds of small choices I didn't question. That's when the regret started to settle in. Not the dramatic kind, not the kind that makes you cry immediately. The quiet kind, the heavy kind, the kind that sits with you while you brush your teeth, while you commute, while you lie awake at night staring at the ceiling. The kind that asks questions you don't want to answer. When did this become my life? Why didn't I stop earlier? Why did I think this was normal? I replayed conversations in my head, moments when I could have spoken up, opportunities I let pass because I didn't want to disappoint anyone, because I didn't want to seem ungrateful, because I didn't want to start over. No one warns you how expensive comfort can be. The breaking point didn't come with an explosion, it came with clarity. One quiet realization that hit me harder than anger ever could. If nothing changes, this will be my life 5 years from now. The same routines, the same frustrations, the same silence. That thought stayed with me. I started paying attention again, to my body, to my thoughts, to that voice I had ignored for so long. It was still there. Quieter, yes, but honest. It didn't scream, it didn't panic. It simply said, "This isn't right for you." Walking away wasn't easy. It wasn't dramatic. It didn't feel brave in the moment. It felt terrifying, uncertain, lonely. I doubted myself constantly. I wondered if I was making another mistake. I wondered if I was overreacting again. But something was different this time. Even in fear, I felt lighter. I realized that losing something slowly hurts more than losing it all at once. Because when it's slow, you blame yourself every day. You wonder if you're imagining things. You wait for permission to leave. You wait for a sign that never comes. Here's the truth no one says out loud. You don't always get a clear reason to leave. Sometimes discomfort is the reason. Sometimes feeling smaller than you used to feel is the reason. Sometimes the absence of joy is the warning. I don't share this story to say I figured everything out. I didn't. I'm still rebuilding, still learning how to trust myself again, still reminding myself that it's okay to choose differently even if no one understands why. But I share it because someone listening right now might be where I was, telling themselves it's not that bad, that they should be grateful, that things will magically improve if they just wait a little longer. If that's you, pause. Pay attention to how your life feels, not how it looks. Pay attention to what you're tolerating, not just what you're achieving. And don't ignore that quiet voice just because it's inconvenient. Some losses don't happen overnight. They happen one ignored feeling at a time. And some of the most important changes begin when you finally admit the truth you've been avoiding. I wish someone had said this earlier. I wish someone had told me staying silent can cost you more than leaving ever will. But no one did. So now I'm saying it. Listen to yourself before time teaches you the lesson the hard way.